Good morning, everyone. Chris at Dentless Touch. Something a little different today. This is Friday. It's snowing. I did not know it was going to snow today. But I wanted to bring you along on my kind of average Friday. I have full appointments scheduled here at the shop. So let's see who shows up. I'm pretty sure they weren't expecting this light snow also. So I can already tell that one person rescheduled for another day. Just in my my little scheduling book. So hopefully I can provide some content with you for you guys. So stay tuned. This is my vlog. I'm gonna be going over a lot of tips and tricks and all that good stuff, and just having a good time with you guys. So keep watching. First car of the day is this Porsche Panamera, and he actually came during the snowstorm, so that's pretty cool. There we go. I like this thing, man. It takes a little bit to set up, but once it's on there, it's on there. Doesn't work well with the Fords, but what tool works well with everything? Alright. And again, it's the benefit of this propping lock. No flex. Brian, can you show them the dent that I have to work on? It should self adjust if you just type it. Alright, so you can probably tell that the paint is damaged on this dent, but also it looks like the paint is lifting around it. So I don't know how much paint we're going to preserve from me pushing on it. I'm going to try to heat it up and not cause any more paint to flake off. We'll see. So, tool of choice. I haven't been inside this panel, but this is going to be the Stanliner Mini. I always like using the Stanliner tools when I get a chance. So I have direct access pretty much right here. And looks like this tool is gonna win. So now I'll just get the heat going. I get a lot of questions on this propane heater. Is it good? Should I buy it? Honestly, if you see me using it all the time, just go ahead and buy it. And this thing is stout. You all know how cheap these propane tanks are. I think they're like $7, $8. Start lifting it, moving some metal. What you think, Brian?
Looks like it's moving pretty good.
The customer probably didn't see, obviously, the paint damage. He saw the scratch because he brought the touch up, but he didn't see the actual kind of ring of the paint actually lifting. So anyway, I told the customer that, hey, you know, I can't do anything with that, but I'm gonna try my best to preserve it. So it's coming out good. We're gonna apply 3 coats of touch-up. So the way I do a repair with touch-up, I leave it just a little low so that the touch-up can kind of fill it in. So when he's in the car or kind of looking at the car, it's kind of level with the paint because it is just so deep. This rock that hit it. So that's my game plan. So everything around is going to be nice and flat, and right in the deep center, I'm just going to fill it in with some touch-up. That always aesthetically looks pleasing to me, more so than the dent being 100% flat, and then you lay touch-up on it, and it protrudes out. See how it like fills it in? And once it dries, it's gonna kind of settle. And then what we do is we'll kind of do like a finishing buffing to kind of knock down the edges, and it's, I don't know, it looks aesthetically, it looks even. So we gotta wait for it to dry. We'll apply this again, and then we'll apply the clear, and then do a little bit of sanding and compounding just so it's 100% flat. You'll be good to go. Alright, so we are finally moving. It is about 11:30. Didn't even get my watch out. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm about 11:15, so we're about to go to lunch here. But anyway, we got all 3 of our, well, 3 out of the 4 customers that came in. The other one rescheduled. I think I told you guys at the beginning. But we have this Dodge Challenger Charger. I really get confused with the 2 doors and 4 doors. Anyway, it's the 4-door, and let me show you what I'm working on. So we also have to do the deck lid, and the deck lid is weird. It's almost like there's some bracing or some glue that's holding everything in. So we're gonna release the glue, take a little bit out of the waves. I basically price this as, give me about an hour, and I'll just charge you by time more so than size and location of the dent. So that's what we're working on now. We got an X3 we have to work on. You saw the Porsche. There's one other car, I can't remember. But anyway, let's get started. Came all the way back in here and forgot my tools. So you see the dent on the fender. Ooh, look at that, overexposed. Come on. Boom. Yeah, there we go. So you see the dent on the dent. Dent on the dent. You see the damage on the car. And I am going to my Transit right now to see what tool I'm gonna use. There is no access through the hood, which I didn't think there was going to be. So I'm going to try this stand liner tool. Oops. So we're going to try that one. Where my comfort level is and what I know is going to be a double bend from Ultra. That's kind of what I'm comfortable with. It's a problem when you have tools kind of just layered in the box. So anyway, this is the Ultra little double bend 24-inch interchangeable tips, and we will get
2 hours later.
And we will get a flat bar. Man, off my train of thought. So far, these tools, stand liner, I think that's the crane, the flat bar from CarePoint, and my trusty double bend. So I'm hoping all three of these tools and my go bag, I should be good. Shouldn't have to need anything else. Yeah. And just for trial's sake, we'll say, I am going to glue pull that dent with Glexo and see if it actually comes out. So let's try that first. Alright, so we're going to go over the Glexo kit. I don't know if my guys damaged it or not, but doesn't work. Anyway, Glexo, it's a cold glue. You pretty much use it when you don't want to use any the standard glue tabs. It works very well with like larger, softer dents, but it can pull some crowns and all kinds of stuff. Oh Lord. I'm getting pretty impatient. I don't know what this stuff, I'm not a chemist, but you can see it's like a black kind of like Play-Doh. So we only need a little bit, so we're gonna grab what we need. There we go. You know, one thing about the Glexo cold glue, the cold adhesive system. It looks like he has very detailed instructions, but ain't nobody got time for that. So we'll figure it out as we go. You like that one, Brian?
Yeah, ain't nobody got no time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. So when I have problems, I go back to the instructions. But kudos for him for spending the time to give people instructions. The one concern I had is that the wooden box, you can't put the tab back in because it would kind of stick to the wood. And he solved that problem, or whatever you want to call it, that issue, by giving you Glexo branded like wax paper. So you pretty much just, when you're done using the tab, I might have too much of it on there, but when you're done using the tab, you just wrap it up with the wax paper, and then you just slide it in. And then you can use the box for storage also. I probably have too much of this stuff on there, but we're gonna try it out anyway. This is not my first time using it, so I do, probably like my third time. Oh, this one's nice. It's like, So I bought some that seemed like it didn't have any kind of resistance, and it looks like he may have put some probably some thread lock, some loose thread lock to give it some resistance so it doesn't just spin off. So that's nice, and it just locks onto your to your slide hammer like this. Also, for the guys that are just trying this out, you have to heat it up. The rule of thumb is it has to stick to your finger, and I'll show you. Like that. So, and that's how I use it. So. Some of the dent out. I can just tell I have too much of it on there, but I don't know if it affects the pull because I haven't had time to play around with it as much. But it got some of it out, and for something that is already set up, that you can go to in about 20 seconds. It can save you about 5 minutes of pushing. All done?
Yes, I am all done. Took me a little bit over an hour to get everything done.
About 2 hours?
About 2 hours, yeah. There was a couple other smaller dents.
It was 30 minutes.
I wish it was 30 minutes. I was hoping it was 30 minutes. I was hoping what was gonna happen. Like any dent guy would think you just pop that up and clean it up, but it was actually a lot more to that.
As soon as you always say 30 minutes, it's always
longer. It's 3 times longer. I end up cleaning up some other areas in there just that I noticed. So I went ahead and took care of those and went ahead and turned my light a couple more times to glass this dent. It actually needed to be worked from almost 4 different angles just because it was on this body line as well too. So when I had when I was fixing it, I realized, hey, I need to check it from this side to make sure it's nice and flat. But
good.
Came out 100%.
Really good.
I am sure the customer will be ecstatic.
Wipe it down and we'll be good to go.
Yeah, as you can see, it's a little salty. I got a little bit of salt on me.
And if anybody's wondering about that fender that was giving me problems, there it is, guys. So, all done. Is that our last car for the day, Brian?
That is our last car for the day.
Beautiful. What time is it?
Let's see the time. 1:37.
1:37. So we're gonna call it a wrap before this weather gets any worse. It's probably just gonna freeze. I don't think there'll be any more snowfall. You're good. You're good. I don't think there'll be any more snowfall, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We're not passing out no cards, right? No. We're gonna go home. So I want to thank everybody for watching. This is the vlog on a snowy day. Thanks, Brian, for coming out here and helping me out with this car. And we'll see you on the next video, guys. Peace.